You're
More
also a
sleep.
teacher, right?
Yes, yeah. More sleep,
Yeah.
much better mood. Yeah. It's funny because we have to do a bunch of stuff to catch up on.
Is that me? The echo?
Yes.
No, I think there's new music at the front.
Put in.
Oh, okay.
So it's like we have to catch up on stuff. So we're still working and doing things, but it's like even then it's like okay because it's like we put off all like most of our lives until summer, and then we do all of the like appointments and everything. Like we have to.
You're on live.
It's like catching up. I'm just saying, like you have to put your life on hold a little bit for when we teach and then we.
The first
It's
in
good
spring.
called-
Hi. No. You get off the thing. We can sit. You can sit there actually. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're perfect when you're like that. Okay.
Yeah, it's high, but it's tipped down.
Okay.
Do you know
So
my phone one?
shared.
Love it. Whee!
All right. Under that.
It landed on a
So.
creative way of being.
Oh, we haven't done that. Hold on. Okay.
Oh,
So first, welcome. Oh, hi, hello. All right, we are still in process of getting set up. Thank you everyone for coming down in person, and thank you everyone for coming down online. We're going to start with the land acknowledgement. The Creator gifted us with this land that we are blessed to share and care for together. We acknowledge that the land we gather on, Mohkinstsis, is the ancestral territory of the Siksika Sitapi, the Siksika, the Kainai, the Piikani, and the Amskapi Piikani. We acknowledge all the Treaty 7 signatories, including the Tsutena people, as well as the Ayarhe Nakota Nations, Bearspaw, Chiniki, and Wesley. This land is also home of Métis Nation Region 3 and all others who call this place home. So thank you so much for joining us. This is Rumble 530. No, something. Well, there's a lot more people when I looked up. It's a Rumble 532, I think. And we're just spinning the wheel here.
I definitely did
And
just stop
pick that up and open it up to the random page.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're doing, we spin a wheel, we get 3 random pieces of inspiration.
You gotta get the hard sound.
Oh, sorry. So, first of all, since COVID has been online and since then we've been in person and online. So what we need from everyone once they get settled in or now is to push share. Because the more people that can see the artwork being brought in, what we do is we take photos of all of the artwork being brought in for the auction, and then people at home are able to look through all of the artwork at home, and then when the auction starts, hopefully be able to sign back into our new feed and then bid on the pieces. So the more people we share it with, the more people are able to see your work. So if you could hit share, we go live to Facebook and YouTube.
You have to find it on Facebook
Oh, there's
or
so many
YouTube.
people.
No, it doesn't matter. Like if one person finds the link and clicks the share to whatever social media they have, it like improves their life so
You can
much.
also invite people in person.
Yeah, that's amazing too.
Be like, hey, you, come here tonight, or
Well,
else.
the other thing though is like people that come in, you guys have lots of space, which is nice because people are sharing the line on the link online. So it's a benefit in both ways. But yeah, we loved it when it was packed in here. We loved it when it's packed online. But actually, I'll tell this every week. This is not directed at anybody, but I'll say, hey guys, can you click share? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, I can see who shared it. And they're like, just a second. And they pull their phones. So it helps us out so much when people do that. And Jess and I work here for free. We work here for free. We put all our own money into the space. Whether we chop it up by sweat equity, the number of paintings we sold to keep the place open, the number of hours we work for free, it adds up to 2 Mustangs and a Camaro that Jess and I forfeited in exchange for this life of service, which we
I'm
love,
gonna
by
get
the
2
way.
Mustangs and Camaro.
If you
I
get
don't
2
open
Mustangs and
our gallery.
Camaro,
If you don't open an art gallery, yes.
well, if you work an extra full-time job, you can get a Mustang if you work an extra full-time job and make enough money to keep an art gallery open, you can get a Mustang and another Mustang. And if you don't spend as much money on art supplies as we've spent, you can get a Mustang, and probably a Camaro.
I spend very little money on art supplies. I spend a lot of money on art.
Art, yes.
That's true.
And we love you for it.
Quite
Okay.
honestly, like you're probably
This is the
in the
first
same
one.
position we're
Okay,
at.
perfect.
Benefactors.
And I got new shoes.
What?
Yes.
Totally related.
Got very cool new shoes. Okay, so
I have
five,
old shoes.
530 weeks in a row we get pieces of inspiration. So the first one comes from Egyptology. Here we go. At last, we've arrived at Abydos, the most sacred site in all of Egypt and the center of Osiris worship.
Well, can I just say,
So our
interrupting,
first,
Jessica Teru's TED Talk from May
May May
is
6th.
at 877 views.
oh, that's very nice. Thank you.
Clap, clap,
That's
clap.
very nice. Okay.
Mine's at 9,000. But it took 10 years to get there. She's bound to pass me in a couple weeks.
I added a few.
Did you look at mine? Yours was better. I'm just.
You can
Don't
also,
answer that.
if you want to invite people that you actually know, you can vaguely threaten them too.
What's that?
If you want to invite people in person, you're like, hey, you. come
Or go to their
Rumble House.
homes and pick them up.
Or else it would be a
Taxi
shame if
delivery,
something
I
happened
that
to
You're
you.
right? You just like drive to people's homes and pick them up.
You've got a
Did you
lovely
just tell that
family.
story? We
No.
had a friend who was a real estate agent, and so I don't know how this relates to knowing people's birthdays, but she would know people's birthdays. And on their birthdays, especially if she knew people that lived by themselves, she would drive to their house on a Wednesday, ring the bell and say, I'm taking you somewhere. And they'd get in the car, she'd bring them to the auction, and they'd have an amazing time. Sometimes when Jess and I are like eating dinner and the waitress goes, what are you doing later? I was like, oh, we're just going to go and it's complicated. She's like, no, what are you doing? Well, we run this art gallery and we just got to make 50 paintings a week to keep it open. She's like, oh, tell us more. And I have no problem like telling people about Rumble House the way like Amway people want to tell you about their fantastic opportunity, to bring home to alternative forms of, what's it called? Doesn't matter.
Income.
Income.
Okay, first piece of inspiration is Osiris.
Osiris!
Second piece of inspiration comes to us from Rick Rubin, Patience. There are no shortcuts. The lottery winner isn't ultimately happy after his sudden change of fortune. The home built hastily rarely survives the first storm. The single sentence summary of a book or news event is no substitute for the full story. That's pretty good. Patience. So Osiris, patience, and the third piece of inspiration comes to us from Anne Sexton, the moss of his skin. It was only important to smile and hold still, to lie down beside him and to rest a while, to be folded up together as if we were silk, to sink from the eyes of mother and not to talk. The black room took us like a cave or a mouth or an indoor belly. I held my breath, and Daddy was there, his thumbs, his fat skull, his teeth, his hair growing like a field or a shawl. I lay by the moss of his skin until it grew strange. My sisters will never know that I fall out of myself and pretend that Allah will not see how I hold my daddy like an old stone tree. Oh, the moth of his skin. So Osiris, patience, and the moth of his skin. A moth. So we make art for 2 hours. You don't need to use the piece of inspiration, but you can. We make art for 2 hours. I'll be putting up pieces, the pieces that are done already up on the event 532 on the Facebook. And then as you finish, people can bring the pieces to me and then we'll do that. And then we'll have the auction at 9.
Yay!
Yay! Thanks,
Also,
everybody.
if anybody's going to Blues Fest, we'll be at Blues Fest.
Oh yeah, we have to put online. We don't have figure drawing tomorrow because we're going to be at the Blues Fest. So
Give a booth.
We have a booth.
we have a purple tent.
Yeah. And people are like,
I'm running with breath for gasping.
they're like, people are always asking, somebody here asked us tonight, like, oh, what are you selling at the tent? It's like, we just kind of go and hang out.
Just go
Like,
ahead.
we just go and make our work and hopefully meet some new people that might want to come.
It's very good.
Do you meet on Facebook? Have you been in before?
No.
Do you have to
Did
buy
you talk
tickets?
to us on Facebook?
tickets to
We'll
the
bring you
Blues
some
Fest?
artwork.
Yes.
Come on in, we'll tell you what we
just
do.
Let us.
Must be
Well,
kinda
let us
scary
know
walking
what.
into
What?
this
When
crazy
can you come?
Sunday.
Sunday?
Saturday.
Saturday?
Can
Okay.
you just whip over and greet every 2 people?
Oh yeah,
I'll
totally.
come to the top.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have
So
you been in before?
I walked in once with Iqbal in
Oh.
Ocho.
How long ago?
That was like 3 years ago now.
Yeah,
I
so this is a
didn't
funny
really
thing. I do recognize your face, but I knew it was from a while ago. And this is our second location. I'm gonna move this table out of the way, you guys, if it's in your way. So don't worry about
These
it.
are all.
well,
Yes,
drop
you
them.
Yeah, because we got another choice on 14th Street, so I thought maybe you'd come from this side. But just let's explain what we're doing. Can you grab my table?
Under here?
So
yeah, we essentially just like make ours. Everyone just. Should I put this out and then you have?
No, yeah.
So we essentially there's tables that have that space too, and it's just like get comfy, and then we make ours, and then we say everyone bring their own supplies because then you just know what you're working with. Let us know if you need anything though, and then there's a washroom and there's a sink down there with you can drink the sink water.
come in and
yeah, too. And then
he was like
we make art for 2 hours, and then at 9 o'clock we have a live auction. Artists, if you want to sell your artwork, you set your minimum bid. Half the sale goes to you, and half the sale goes to just pay rent. Rich and I put all of everything we sell in just
I had to
into
teach
fame.
him.
Like we're not trying to make money.
3 Mustangs across.
Yeah, yeah.
So he is
So and then
making art or
Sober space.
oh yeah, sober and safe. So we just ask that everyone is like feeling good and taking care of each other in here. And hey,
We used to serve wine.
I've heard Chelsea say it so
so
many
many
times.
times. Yeah. So good.
Yeah, like it's,
The split.
it actually says on the bathroom door sale, please just one person in the
Do they
bathroom. That came from a time when and this is the worst thing. Teenagers were saying to their parents, "Oh, I'm going to Rumble House. Don't worry, they're teachers."
And you?
And then they come here and they get plastered in the bathroom and like, you're gonna end their lives at our jobs.
Did she tell you the artist gallery split of dollars? Okay.
Are you taking that?
Sky, I awkwardly pass this to you.
Absolutely.
And it could go anywhere.
Wasn't
Much better.
Oh,
Would have been awkward.
Very awkward.
I passed it to him. Passed it to Sky, okay, but then
No.
could have just
Oh, yeah.
never picked up.
Bitch.
and also,
White poetry. White poetry.
Maybe
Just started writing it.
and I was like, in grade 8. It was a night out.
and then one is
I'll find it for you. You're on my Facebook? Do you use Facebook?
Yeah.
Facebook message me the why the poetry and I'll send you
The Rumble.
the Nike sneaker ad that got me writing poems. It was a really powerful ad and I just liked how it looked. I was probably thinking about advertising and I read
Yeah.
sneakers and it just really moved me.
It
was
is.
like,
I
wanna
just
do
realized
that.
that
Me too.
I did on the way here. I was like, when
The
is a holiday?
the second time today I realized it.
But it's like a
And I forgot it and I realized it
Should
again.
I put this away so it doesn't get hurt?
No, this is an emergency.
Maybe on the shelf behind the curtain.
If it's an emergency, we get double time the whole day.
Sandra, do you want to spend the rest of your life helping us? Just that, like, Jesse's so happy when you're here.
Of course, I love helping you guys. It gets me out of my house.
Yeah, so there's a win-win, but like, she just blows a bunch all the way home. Probably too shy to talk about it, but, yeah, like, please consider making us a regular life.
Well, if you talk to Lucia, you will know that her mother should probably, because she's been looking for groups to hang out with. But you should never, Google adult clubs because it doesn't come out the way you hope it's going
I don't think it would.
But my naive brain was
More?
like, how do you look for clubs when you're an adult? Like,
Yeah, there's certain
I
things
don't
that are
wanna
really
join
hard.
Yeah, like a chess club. Like, what if you just want to play chess?
David Bowie is a fantastic musician.
Oh,
Fantastic past, one of my favorite painters is David Bowie. Try and find a David Bowie painting, and all you'll find is people who did fan art of David Bowie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you try and Google it. So I tried to Google adult clubs and I got the wrong one.
What were you actually looking for?
I don't know, like
There's a club.
ways to get out of my comfort zone, you know, like 'cause
There's a club
I'm a
called
very
the
much a
Girls.
homebody.
Yeah, there's a club. I forget what it's called. It's in Calgary, and it's called something like the Girls Nerd Drunk Non whatever club.
Oh.
And it was a young college person that wanted to socialize without alcohol.
Well, it's like
And there's
that.
some-
you
there's
know,
lots of
like,
clubs
I
like
don't
that.
want to join a book club because I just want to read on my own time and
Yeah.
I want to read. And that's the only thing I could find for adults. When I was,
Is this David Bowie?
That's a David Bowie.
Ah.
so yeah.
You just
I don't
add the
know.
by.
What's that?
You just have to add the by. Paintings by David Bowie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll probably come to Blues Fest on the Saturday.
Nice. That's wonderful.
I'll pay at the door if I can.
Oh yeah, it's all.
Okay. Okay.
I said to Luca to
They did used to give us tickets to give away, but we didn't want to take it then.
I don't want to say this. Oh. I was
I had 3 songs stuck in my head all day.
For that.
And they've just kind of like been rotating.
He's
Well,
laughing at
there's
me.
one Daylight by David Kushner.
Yeah.
And 2 of them are really old country songs. There's El Paso by Marty Robbins. And
Hey, what is Marty Robbins?
Oh, right.
Oh, Marty Robbins.
yeah, Big Iron on Big Iron, yeah, it's on Big Iron.
Jess knows Marty Robbins. I don't really know a lot of country. I like Johnny Cash. And,
And I went to the library and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get
I
fired.
basically like people that knew Johnny Cash. I like Johnny Cash enough that
I
I
googled this
opened my mind
and
up to.
it came up and it was very wrong.
That and El Paso and
it was very,
Cool
it was
Water
very wrong.
I love
by
that.
Marty Robbins.
I love that.
It's got a very nice
That's
voice.
the other thing you should ever.
It's not
Life-
like too
Life
country.
lessons. Life lessons.
Because I'm very
But it's-
naive
It's
and
got like
don't think
country elements to the
things like
lyrics.
that, obviously.
Right. No, that makes sense actually.
You know? Hi, I have that shirt. And it's in this exact color. I love that.
Feeling
sure that's
pretty
not
fresh,
David
hey?
Have you seen the new shirt?
No.
No.
Jess,
I
can you
have
check
two
me the new
shirts. I have
shirts?
that one and then what is the other one I have? See, where is
Oh,
it?
Jess
I
is
guess
wearing
Rumble
it.
House with a peace sign. I have that one.
Crab.
Crab.
Really, similar to Rich Teru, Rumble House was born on my birthday. So
Because you're Cancer.
You were born on your birthday.
Good.
I really like the color.
I also have
Yeah, the colors are so
Alberta
beautiful.
Needs Teachers one.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
wear that one a lot.
I'm kind of sick of that one.
I wear that one
Yeah,
every
it's
time
good.
I
It's a
hear
good one.
news that's bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm
Well,
like,
here's what happened.
The colors on this are so cool.
Exactly.
For
So good.
8 years in the summer, we did street cleans on Saturdays at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
After the last election, nobody wants to stop and help with street clean. It's like they're not mad at us.
oh,
They're just mad at the province, and they're mad at the city, they're mad at the streets, and like nobody wants to help anybody else out anymore. I don't mean that in a negative way. That came out wrong.
we're tired.
One by one, all the people who used to come to the street clean would be like, are you observing my shirt? Are you taking that?
I'm absorbing
It's
it.
yours now?
I'm just gonna suck into my body.
Absorbing.
I'm not saying you can't have it. I was gonna put those in the auction.
I'll give you $50 for it.
Yeah, sold.
I do have to transfer you money.
Don't worry about it. Right
Oh yeah, you have paintings here too.
I
now. Don't
do.
worry about it.
I
Right
Okay.
do. I also have my card here.
No, like no stress. I was just that's a good remembering.
Yeah, and you remembered me, so
Can I tell
I
you
have to
that?
do it now, or else I'll forget it forever.
Jess, can I tell you that?
My head's on the screen. Hi.
So many Rumble shirts.
Can you have too many Rumble shirts?
No, that's impossible.
Now I love when I see people wearing Rumble shirts. That's amazing because it's good advertising. Some people are like, I give them a Rumble shirt and like, oh, I'll wear this to sleep, and I'm like, I hope you sleep with a lot of people.
Nice.
Promotional.
I would wear it to Michael's and then people would ask me,
Are you allowed to wear stuff at Michael's? I thought they had a uniform.
you wear it with a apron, but
That's
Right.
awesome.
I've never gone into Michael's and
We
not said,
we owe you what is that when you referral yeah commissions.
Finder's fee.
Yeah.
Right? But no, it would be like, oh, let me tell you guys.
okay,
This is how you should
I've got to
do
get
it.
started.
Oh, I didn't know.
Are you painting?
I am. I know. I just started this and I was like, I have an idea.
That looks like a Rich Taruvian thing.
Which Tyruvian?
I did use your gesso and I'm using your brush.
Here's a funny thing. Do you know that picture I was going to work with?
Yeah.
Where did it go?
That is
This
good.
can go inside my little one.
It should be in that stack. Oh, there. It's in that stack.
But Lou,
This can go inside my little one.
there's also.
Um,
So if you,
Rich, would you try to encourage someone who's not an artist to create something? Or
True.
how would you encourage
I've only ever
someone?
failed twice. 2 times I offered to teach somebody to draw, and they refused to give it an effort. So I would say my best experience is a father of a friend of mine taught at the University of Winnipeg, taught math, and prided himself
Bam.
on not making art. It's like, you don't understand how bad I am at art. I can play these instruments, but I'm bad at art. Don't even try. And I said to him, like, why don't you just let me try one time to show you? And I showed him 5 minutes of instruction, and he started to draw. And that was my favorite moment. The only 2 times I've ever, there was one guy, he was actually the guy that took over our last space, who bought our last building and then kicked us out. And I'm like, here, let me show you how to draw. And he was doing this. He's like literally
Seriously?
flinging the pencil out of his hand.
Slapstick
Like
drawing.
he was doing his best
To not hold the
to
pencil.
fail.
Yeah.
He might have been like whacked out on the cocaine too, but you remember that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was literally just throwing the pencil.
He bought his face, kicked us out, and brought us sushi. And I was like, you need to get out of here now.
I don't want your
Ruined our
sushi.
lives. And Jess was like, you're so brave.
You were so-
Remember that?
yeah, I was like, I would have definitely taken the sushi.
I'm curious, is it on like 14?
Yeah.
I drive by it every day.
yeah, it's right. Yeah, right by the Sacred
I have
Heart
no
Church.
hostility
Like it's
towards
like
the
right.
actual place.
Yeah,
but
15th Avenue.
If you do throw rocks at them, I wouldn't even mind.
I was like, maybe I just give.
I like throwing rocks.
Yeah, or just like some bad juju.
I used to joke
I
about
mean, just
going in
kidding.
and just dropping a swirly in the middle of the floor.
What's a swirly?
Yeah, Dad.
Sorry, I forgot you were here.
Chocolate ice cream. Chocolate and vanilla ice cream.
When your hair goes like this.
Yeah.
Right.
right.
It is right.
I am right. Sure. It got that way for a specific
I
reason.
believe you.
I just have to wash this.
Well, I think it's great.
People, I will be right back.
Yes.
We're not gonna do
And
Moss man.
Moss man.
Oh, nice.
They did
I don't even know this.
Noam Chomsky.
What do you know the chance?
They drew the Noam Chomsky as a gnome because there was the
But that's the name that I gave it. It's funny.
yes.
I only
Amazing
know
to me how
Chomsky
much
because of
you
his
have to
name.
move around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we start over from scratch.
Why
For
does
figure
he-
drawing,
I like this.
Oh.
Just like the-
and then we use it as a studio for the week. So probably
I like Orson Welles.
the one payoff of this space is I do have a large downtown studio where I can work all week to make paintings that I can sell to keep open my large downtown studio. So it's kind of a vicious circle, but it's what I love to do, I guess. So
You see,
how many paintings do I have in the auction tonight? Jesse Banks.
4?
So if I start something and I don't finish it, it's not the end of the world
Not the end of the world.
because I already have too much.
It's not too much, but
Can I show you what my prime piece is like? Actually surprised how much I like it. Because those two kids, Miss Cezanne of it, I'd go down.
Go again.
Jeremy Irons.
Yeah, like it's funny that every time I look at it,
Listen to
it kind of takes my own breath away.
and then
I really love it.
Probably like I have a really strong reaction to those moments where I'm messing with the masters, right?
Yeah. Peter Coyote. And then
You see, like teacher is probably one of the most what's the word? Meaningful.
and just for fun, you know.
Yeah, well, like it's also interesting that like
That's what it's fun.
My friend, she's a police.
I think about I think Kipling was a teacher. Like a lot of my favorite writers were also teachers, and I kind of realized that
So we put it on.
I think being a teacher kind of keeps you really vibrant in terms of your artwork as well. Like we sure bellyache a lot throughout the school year, like wow for me, but
But
the truth is it really keeps us
read his police notes. There's a lot of irony in it.
Yeah.
filled with
Yeah, it keeps filling you with, right?
stokes fire. Yeah, did you say crabs?
Yep. I just tuned into the conversation as
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I do
put the guy up for on the page.
Oh, thank you, Kelly.
know worms and things like things that kids make. And where are they gonna bang you in here with the chain?
I know I keep apologizing.
Unless you like it.
I'm
You
not-
like
I-
it.
Most animals I cannot stand it. They make me skin crawl.
Just to see what other artists. Visual orgasm.
Should I use an old,
And it's based on the just
old drawing I made?
and I looked at.
Should I reuse an old
It's
drawing
like
I
all
made
trains, and then if you scroll to the bottom, it says we do not endorse.
Like an underdrawing?
We do not
I can tell.
Should I reuse
defacing
old drawing I made?
public property or something.
Oh, of course you can, yeah.
And we were laughing. I'm like,
Take your stuff outside.
sure, that's how you make it.
One more very.
Oh, totally.
Which
This so
side should I use?
if your paints aren't too squishy, I'd use the front because then it's easier to take it off. And then if it looks cool after, it's a painting. Very, very cool.
A diver.
So it was basically kind of dry and gray.
Lakes,
Somewhere
dams, rivers, sewers, bitumen ponds, which is worse than sewers. That doesn't come off. Well, it doesn't get on your skin because you don't have no suit. This takes forever to get off the suit. We did go on a bitumen pond, and our boss billed the company that we were working for 2 extra days when we were in the shop just cleaning the suit and cleaning everything off. He billed them for 2 days. Yeah, it took a while to clean. Like, we just soak it overnight in hot water with like a solvent in it. Not good for the rubber, no. And then we power washed it. That kind of worked a little bit. And we had to use paint scrapers to scrape it off. And we used so much solvents. So, like, spraying iron and stuff like that.
When you know it's clean.
When it's back to the original
I
color,
was gonna say, does it ever go back?
it's not back to the original color. There's still bitumen stains on it. Blacky brown. So it's like, if it's in like a pile, it's black, but if it's just stained, it's brown. So
What's the
rusty.
best part of your job?
Diving.
Oh man, I saw this
Yeah,
color.
water. Well, you can talk to a guy on surface.
like, wouldn't do that.
part of the dream disappeared.
I would
And
feel
not only did I
super
forget.
It's kind of like the pressure around you and
Empty spot, so I didn't know what was in it. Like,
There was
if
this
I'd said out
summer
loud, it was
for a
my
while,
I would remember doing my own, because I was like,
When
just
we would
took
go-
that for granted. The lamp and the color all disappeared.
Well, when we would go to Kelowna,
And then later on.
Cool, I would just, like, take
another color.
snorkel and then just lace my ears.
Excuse me.
Snorkel above it. Everyone's like, "Oh, she did." You could like hear them sometimes. No, because I just loved hearing the water
Hmm.
and nothing.
And then I
Everything was
looked it up.
nothing
Yeah.
And to
I
my
was
surprise,
problem
there's a
solving
thing called
stuff.
self-forgetting colors.
of the.
The colors that exist for.
Being it's just you and the water, so you have to
Oh.
solve the problems yourself.
There's certain tricks
You can ask for advice from surface, but you have to describe what's going on.
That's really unique.
But I also love being in the water, like
Have you ever gone to that lake that has all the stuff on
Walker. You know what? There's gonna be those kind of trips.
Yeah.
I have not been there. We usually can't see very much when we're on our dives.
It's dark and
It's really cloudy.
I saw it for a second, and then that part of my dream that was missing pulled itself back in.
I not scuba diving, free diving.
Of course, there's a lamp.
So it was like wetsuit on, mask, weights, long like fins that are like this long, and
I was watching
it's breath hold. So you just hold your breath and go down and swim around for a little bit. Come up, breathe, a little bit, take a little break, go down, look around, little fish, pet a fish, do something, pick up some garbage, which is
So
one
there's
thing I like to do.
hyperbolic
Go down,
orange
pick up some garbage.
and
Have you
ultraviolet.
Do you have like? It was Disney. Do you have Disney? There's a show. I don't know why I like Thor. Maybe that's why. But it was like life with. Have you seen that? Because he's trying to increase longevity and one of the things he talks about is like breath control and everything. So he does go free driving with the international woman who's like can do it the longest.
Oh, what's it phrase? Something Volkanov.
And the two of them underwater was brilliant.
Yeah, this is a color.
I think it's
Hotel Felix.
I think it's Nadia Volkanov.
Don't tell me what.
Come here.
It's a really cool.
Yeah.
It's a very cool.
Well, I do know about the Volkanov family
This is
are
the,
really big in freediving, big enough that they have
Self-luminous.
Guess what he's playing?
So you
Probably.
can get like certified by them.
Tears of the Kingdom or
You
Breath?
can get trained.
Breath of
in
the Wild.
one of
Oh,
them.
Tears of
Oh, it's so good.
He's got 86 million questions for you, so.
I've got 60 hours.
This is the guy for you. He knows all the answers. I just play it.
I wake up at 4 in the morning.
Oh,
this
your
is when
bike's
I hear
here.
a kid.
Yeah.
Hey,
Leaning
Galen.
over the top of me going, God, in Breath of the Wild? And the way it unfolded is there was like 6 months of Breath of the
Climbing
Wild before I
yesterday,
realized it was a
bouldering
version
for the
of
first time in
Zelda.
years.
I just thought like Breath of the Wild was a weird
I
name
should
for
have
a
worked
video
on
game.
this.
Is it about foxes? Like, what are we talking about here?
I went in Edmonton. It's called Place
So
of the Wild.
nice.
Yeah, because I was working today in Edmonton.
Why didn't you tell me that, Dad?
Because I didn't know it was a problem.
Get here from.
3 hours.
I didn't know,
Well, not the
like,
way
I
I
didn't
drive,
know you're
though.
talking
The way I
about
drive, it's more like
Zelda,
2.5.
so I didn't know to tell you.
2:15.
You know what I'm saying? It's like when all the teachers came in and asked me where I got my desks from.
Like it's like perfect for long
I
rides.
didn't know they
and
thought I
it's-
stole
it
them
looks
from the
really cool, too.
classrooms.
But I did like a 1,000K ride on my bike, and my neck was sore, my butt was sore, but my neck was really sore from all the wind and my heavy helmet. So I got this new one.
Oh, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Galen, do you get the neck sword? The bike sword?
What?
When you're motorcycle riding?
Don't get. No, not usually.
What do you
Not
get
the
this? I used to get this on my one motorcycle, my Yamaha. It was the vibration and the angle of my seat to my peg would just like create arthritis in my knee.
My wrist.
Oh,
Yeah.
from clutch.
From
Oh, I got
for long
I got
trips.
forearm from clutching on my long trip.
And then you're right, my knee, sometimes they get stiff.
It's the vibration that like gives my one. Now it was only on the one bike. I've had 3 bikes. It's my Yamaha Maxim. I had to like stick my foot up in there and like ride with my foot in there sometimes. And sometimes the numbness in the fingers though.
Oh
I
yeah.
put it at the back, I put them on the back face sometimes, or
Yeah.
I'll stand up and drive for a while.
I find that so unsettling when somebody on a cruiser has their feet up front. It just seems like this is how I'd ride a motorcycle if I wanted to run into a tree with my nuts. It's like the sacrificial balls.
Oh yeah, I've got highway pegs that spread my legs pretty good.
Just get the wind blowing there. And in your buttless chops.
Yeah, it does. It does get the wind going in there pretty well.
That was a visual.
That was
All chops are buttless.
Talking about?
everything.
Motorcycle
Motorcycles.
pants, it sounds worse than it is. The swirly was out of line, okay? I admit that.
I think it's like aluminum, that shell.
Yeah.
So it was really light and really strong. And it's just got like foam and then there's like
I guess
minimal
poetry is
inside
just
padding,
another
but
way
it's
to
really
express
comfortable
I have
yourself.
to get it
Like
going.
different media.
It takes forever.
The poetry happens inside my
I had
head,
one, I saw one that was full
kind of on
face,
its own.
but
It's
then
more
you
like
could click it and bring it up.
modular.
Like
I
I
got
just
one.
start to hear it.
It's called it's a
So how that happens
HJC
for you?
i9.
Sorry, Mela.
Those are neat. 'cause we
Poetry.
have so many options. with
Yeah.
them, but it's heavy
What did you say?
It's like it sneaks
For
up
long
on me. I
rides,
just start to
it's
hear
heavy.
it.
Yeah.
You're
Just the same
saying
as
I
like
can't
a
so much that I sit
regular-
down
Like
and
you
go,
said,
"Oh,
yeah,
no,
I'm gonna write
just
poetry right
pull
now.
out.
It's like it's just when you need to write
It's
something.
probably comes from like internal
This
talking.
side that you can just
Like,
like
Yes.
that, and it's like
fricka fricka fuck
shakes
that
up
guy.
down.
Oh, that sounds
On the
good. You
inside,
know?
and then there's also the visor too.
I do think it's like
So what you're saying, you hear
Pretty
voices
good.
in your
Sunglasses.
absolutely. yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Straight
Yeah.
down.
And sometimes
Nice
they're poetic.
helmet. It was expensive.
I see.
Sometimes they're less poetic.
My dad's one had them injected,
What's less poetic?
made right for his head.
Rub it up, dope. Thanks for the grub.
The guy in the truck purposely wiped them out on the highway. And, oh yeah, definitely purposely.
You have a lot of
But the helmet saved
homework
them,
yourself
and,
when
the
you are,
ambulance was going the other way,
preparing
traffic
for
was speeding.
school.
Teaching.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sandra,
Yes.
how would you answer that?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Lots of homework during teaching.
Yeah.
how
It's like
do you,
prep
how do you
and
spend your
mark.
time, your homework time now?
Like at home,
Like I know, like English teachers' homework time is just straight marking.
it was straight marking when I was teaching.
Yeah, and Galen spends probably more time marking than any
I
English
was
teacher.
I was just
Actually,
talking to
A
him.
lot of the homework is having the pile on my coffee
I
table
kept
and
track
sitting
of it
there
this
like
year.
this.
Looking at it, just like
I have 9
Just
years.
froze.
210,
Over time.
210, like,
just being frozen.
So
right.
on
Mine's
my summer
going
holiday,
down
they
to-
owe me 2 weeks.
Sounds daunting.
Well, it depends, I guess, on the subject you teach.
Mine's grappling. I probably spend most of my home hours teaching, sitting like with both hands in my hair, tearing at my hair, and thinking, how can I possibly justify a 63.2 on a painting? And I spent like 9 years trying to come up with a way that didn't make me want to peel my own flesh off because it just felt, it's no problem. Like, it's actually like you can look at a painting and go, oh, this is a 62.9 and that one's a 60.2.3. And they're like, can you explain that? I'm like, no, but if I brought any other art teacher in the country into this room, they would give it a 6. And I could bring in a math teacher and they'd be like, I don't know, it's kind of a 7. You know, like, kind of a 6. Like, people don't have a hard time explaining which is one is better, but to justify it was used to tear me to shreds. And I just felt like, here's a life or death decision I make, okay? I think it's a 62%. I have a rubric that I use. I run through the rubric, it comes to 62%. I don't feel closer to confident, but my heart says this kid needs an 80 or they're not gonna paint again. You know, like,
Wow.
and so, and it, when I say life or death, it's like, quite honestly, 2 numbers on a painting can make, you have to take a call.
Yep.
I was just
Two
trying to
numbers.
put my face.
Two numbers on a painting can change whether a kid thinks they're an artist or not for the rest of their lives, right? Or one sick day and a sub in a bad mood can change whether that kid ever tries. Come back and somebody that I've been working with for 2 years suddenly doesn't want to draw again. I was like, okay, I'm gonna find out who screwed this up,
Right?
Well, I see how it's like and deaf now.
right?
I used to
Yeah.
sometimes take myself out to market, like out of my house because I would find 101 other things to do.
Yeah. Like I'd actually clean it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. I would much rather clean toilets than mark something.
Do you get kids
Yeah,
to
but
mark their
just
own?
invites cleaning.
I would
I only
get-
like cleaning when I have other worse
I
things to
would
do.
get John Luke
Yeah,
and mark some
if
of
you
my
like
friends.
cleaning, then there's things
Actually would
worse
get
than
him to do my
cleaning in the
rubrics.
world.
I'm like, hey, write this test. Not my rubric, my answer keys. I'd be like, hey, write this test. And then, because he's been in French origin since he was this big, so I taught at the South. So I
Guys,
taught at
thank
the
you for your
South.
time.
It was really nice seeing you.
See you
care.
sometime
He
later.
would do that.
Yeah, definitely.
I gave Teresa one of my
He'd say how, and
highlights.
then he's like, this is what you're doing with them? I'm like, it is my first time. Yes, it is.
I gave Teresa a pile of tests with a mark sheet, like an answer key one time, because she wanted to try helping to mark. And on each one of them, I don't know where she got this idea. She's writing "nice try," like sarcasm. And it was for science too. It was like, I was like, "What are you doing?" And I guess like her teachers did that, so she didn't think it was weird. But
That's really
I was mortified.
I wrote that sometimes when a kid, you could tell a kid was making up an answer because he just didn't know what to put down. And a couple of them this year, I gave them bonus marks for doing it. Like they gave such good detailed answers. I'm like, this is so creative. I'm giving you half a mark for it.
But you're way
But
off
It's
base.
not right.
Well, it's
but
funny because I tell the
cool.
kids I have like a whole course on how to do better on tests, and I'll tell the kids always fill in an answer, even if
Yeah.
you think it's wrong. If they ask for three reasons why the queen was hung, give like 11 reasons. If you have time, you're bound to hit 3 of them,
Right.
right? There's no reason to just do 3.
Let's just look at her bike.
Oh yeah.
Wait, who was that?
It's a nice bike.
Lots of people.
I like that the choke is on the handlebars because mine's down where the fuel switch is. You just
Oh, Dad's drawing a motorcycle.
What?
I brought my Kukri today. So I'm gonna throw all over, but he's not here.
Kukri?
Dad, what are you drawing? I'm drawing a lion.
Nice.
Dad,
Yeah, it's a nice one. I just got it.
Dad.
Hey, are you living at home?
Yeah.
Are you ever moving out?
Eventually.
Where are you gonna move?
I don't know.
No pressure.
My car.
Sorry, I didn't want to be creepy. Take it back.
Under your bed.
No, Oliver's moving out in probably September. He's super reclusive, so he'd hate me for saying this. But he's been waiting on a waiting list for apartment in my building, actually. And I was wondering if they ended up with like finding him a 2-room instead of a 1-room, if he'd be looking for a roommate. So you'd be about the right age.
Yeah. And we're both pretty reclusive, so we'll
You
just
probably would never speak. Yeah. Grunt at each other every now and then.
grunt in the morning, grunt in the evening.
But
Grunt in the summertime.
One grunt today, check.
Grunt
Second grunt,
no, but do
check.
you have any interest in you're going to stay at home for a while, or what's your plan?
I'm thinking for another year or 2.
Hey,
I'm
Praxis,
thinking,
we miss
so
you
I can save up
too.
money for something.
Right.
So we can save up money as like a nest egg. There's a
Well, yeah, don't take that as the wrong way. I didn't mean to
I'm
be creepy by it.
Do you need help?
Yeah.
Also, Galen,
What do you need help with?
if you have is it a weapon you wanted to share, or what did you bring?
me to hold your canvas?
What did you bring?
Kukri.
Oh, you
What
don't
is
want
that?
to
It's
put
a
it
It's a
on?
knife.
Yeah, why don't you just
No,
send him
I
a
don't
picture?
want to get that.
Why don't you send him a picture?
the same.
He'd probably love it. He'd probably
Oh, don't
love
worry
to
about
see
it.
you brought it.
Well, we'll get together sometime.
Or here, and then you can just move it around and kind of
He showed me
Like
his,
it.
so compare it. Nice. You wanna see it?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna.
Just don't get arrested in the doorway.
It's not a big deal.
Oh, okay.
you have to
Yeah.
push back from the back. Push from the back and then it'll push up to the front.
Are your saddlebags locked?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
the side ones, not the back one.
Yeah.
Some of those chairs are starting to tip.
These ones?
Yeah. I usually find out by hitting the
It's
floor. I'm
beautiful
pretty
color.
agile, so it
Fresh
doesn't bother me,
paint.
but probably be more awkward to tip it when there's a room full of people than when I tip it. I'm not saying don't tip, by the way, I'm just saying be prepared. I went flying off one the other day and just panicked.
We were talking about that weirdly enough the other day. There was like plastic lawn chairs
That's big.
that look like a lawn, like look like a chair. Not
Oh,
like,
that's big.
well, not like the Adirondack stuff.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
other one.
yeah.
And I was taking lifeguarding stuff,
Yeah,
and that's
don't
the
touch
only
the
ones they would
fingers.
have on the
Wow,
deck,
that's-
right?
It's not razor sharp.
Not quite razor sharp, it's just really sharp.
You don't razor sharp it because then when you chop stuff with it.
Very good.
Don't put fingers on it.
Oh my
And I was, like,
god.
trying
Yeah,
to
when you have, like,
stretch, you know,
real
when you
steel.
like try and stretch it.
Yeah.
with your back.
Yeah, and then it's just like
And then the legs went
Actually
buckled in
edges.
half, and
No.
it's like slow motion. I'm already like this.
Have you seen my Nobody Said It'd Be Easy chart?
always slow motion.
And then
It's well
it was like
balanced.
all these
Jeez,
lifeguards
it's
that
got
I didn't
really
really
good
know. So it's like a
chopping
research
feel.
class. And I
How'd
was
you
like,
get this?
hi.
Kukri heads?
I'm just breaking the ice or the chair.
Breaking all
Don't
of
use your shirt. 'cause that's- I think that's.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I wrapped it in this.
But
It
yeah.
came soaked, right?
That's super funny.
Nice
It's
big.
always the slow motion, like,
you can
oh,
feel it,
you can feel.
Technically,
Done.
like real steel, like not the
I hate when you fall off a bike in slow
stainless steel
motion.
stuff.
Yes, I've done that too because
Yeah.
You put
when
your
I used to
thumb on
train,
it, you don't clean
I
it
did
right
some
away.
triathlons.
Yeah, I've got a couple
after
knives.
It will actually
triathlon
etch your
just
fingerprint.
to-
I've got a couple fingerprint knives.
I say I could do it. Like,
Yeah, totally.
Damascus
and
fingerprint
I
knife.
had
And it just
a
falls.
really fancy bike with those clippable
Sharp
shoes.
Yeah.
And
Oh no.
What do you
it was,
use
I'm
it
like,
for?
I'm just gonna go
It's gonna
around
be
the
for camping.
neighborhood on them and try it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good, have to.
Oh, sorry, yeah?
You remember, I don't know if Rich can see it, but I'll show the book that I was talking to him about earlier.
You're gonna say
Okay.
dollars, and then you started with a G, and I was like,
Kelly's
grand?
gonna. Oh,
No.
cool.
So I'm actually designing the bear for this book.
Cute. That's awesome.
It's from an author, he writes kids books.
And I went
Very
down this
nice.
little
Oh,
packet,
Oh, online.
and
then.
all of a sudden
They
there
make them
were
for
a
the
bunch.
Burka.
I was like, oh, if I go down this little
Cool.
hill, I'll
They're
have enough
handmade.
speed to get up it on the other side.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And I
See
won't
it?
have to worry about these taking
It's short
my
to you, but
foot out.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to
It's up to
take it
your
out
dad,
very
I think.
fast. And there were these little
It's pretty short.
skateboarders at the bottom of the hill, and I couldn't avoid them, so I have to like put my brakes on and slow down. But then I didn't have enough speed to get up on the other
No.
side, and you can like, I'm trying to put my feet out, and I'm going sideways, and I fell off in again slow motion.
No.
Like this, with my feet stuck in the pedals.
If it-
And then all of the kids
Yeah.
were, "Are you okay?"
Just like-
Fine.
I'm
Did you end up
fine.
competing in some triathlon?
My ego is.
You can see the
Did you end up
grinder marks
competing in
on
some
it
triathlon?
from the
I did 3.
belt sander.
So it's
Just
it's
kind
made
of
of
like
leaf
like
spring.
the sprints.
Yeah.
I take a leaf spring
Olympic.
and then
But
use leaf
My
springs.
I've been
And
worst
then
in
part
they
was the running.
reforge them.
That's
I've
fine.
been in
I
my leaf spring. It was very bad.
I quit wrestling when I was in high school. Went to art school.
Yeah, well, these
Yeah.
guys are really good.
So
I didn't.
That's really what I've done.
I think I was the third fastest sprinter in my high
I'm
school.
afraid that
For
if I ever
running.
have to sharpen it.
Yeah, and that was out of 2,000 kids,
Take
so
it
it's
to a
not bad.
professional sharpener.
But like,
I've been practicing a lot.
there's 2 kids in my high school that were faster than
or,
me.
or an electric sharpener.
So I kind of lost interest in wanting to go to
I've
track
got a whole
for
sharpening.
sprinting, knowing that
Yeah,
there's
me
2
too.
kids in my school that
I've
were
got up
faster
to
than me.
8,000 grit Whetstone.
What I ended up doing was running distance and cross country, distance and
Strop. Strop is
sprints.
for my razor though.
Because I just wanted to be the only guy that could do both, if that makes
Yeah.
any sense.
No, I get it.
But what I was really doing a lot of was
How much
cycling
that
bike then.
Run, yeah.
And so when I
It
got into art
was
school, I had a friend who was training for triathlon.
96 US.
Yeah.
And
This was
he made
10
this
bucks.
deal that if I
So
taught
we
him
being
how to ride and run,
180
You would teach us.
he would teach me how to swim.
shipping. Shipping.
And it was really strange because after a
That's
few weeks I
pretty
realized I
good.
was out swimming.
You want to hold it?
That's
You know, it's like,
But it's good for you.
yeah, but there's a couple things. One, I realized he wasn't really serious
You gotta
about
pull it out.
triathlons because, like,
It's heavy.
he wasn't a very fast runner, he wasn't a very fast swimmer, and he wasn't a very fast cyclist.
What is this?
Kukri.
And I had such an ego back
It's
then because
Nepalese.
I was wrestling at a pretty high level. So
Farmers
if you
use
go
it for
into the
cutting
bottom
canes.
of
It's
a
like
new
a
sport,
machete.
which really
It's been
difficult
used
for
in
my,
the military
my
for
pride.
The
centuries too.
I've actually spent years overcoming
Gurkha special.
trying to be competitive in that way.
They've
So I
been
actually
using it
really
for
don't
ever.
take part
The
in
reason they
sports
use
at all
those is
because
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 they've given them a
first I was too competitive,
So they go
then I
home.
was too
They
arrogant.
grab those from the.
Now I've sort of found a space where I can avoid being arrogant and competitive by
You
trying
know,
not to
in
compete.
World War One, they called Canadians
But I think it was kind of
in World War One.
bit of an addiction for a while.
They're gonna bend.
And that's opposite for me.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
as heavy
It's
as
sort of
the
a
walkie
pride
talkie.
Say that I
almost.
did it,
Yeah, it
That's
is.
like as
And I
heavy
didn't
as the
wanna finish
walkie-talkie
last.
I have.
Right.
like I didn't,
Really
I kind of realized I was going to finish second last
oh, I was
because
like,
my friend that was
Different balance
training me was
though,
worse
right?
than I was.
So this is
Well,
for stabbing.
well,
This
no,
is
I
for
just.
chopping.
But I also realized like
Basically,
definitely
go through the jungles.
it goes to the
It's
swimmers.
basically a
Right? Like the
small
swimmers
machete.
are the ones that are going to learn how to cycle and run.
Because machetes are balanced that way as well.
When I looked at my
Yeah, I got
like
it.
you can
I think
see your time for each individual.
it's my hatchet
portion,
weighs
right?
900 grams.
Yeah.
And I was in the
I think we're gonna
for
get one just
women age, I guess. And I was
Just
much
to get-
younger.
yeah.
I was in the top 10 for my swim, which was and then there were 300,
Right.
305 or something
Is this the website?
women in that age group. And I was in the top 10 for
Yeah.
my swim, which I was super happy
And
and
regular
because
size.
I that
Yeah,
was my
my shoes
thing.
so many times.
I was
I
156 for
rated
the
all
bike,
my things.
so like basically right in the middle. And then I was like 302 for the run. So I ended up being in the top right in because, and that was pretty much for all 3 races.
I also
Like,
have
I
a very
run a
large amount of
5K
knives.
when I was in art school. At the same
I wanted
pace
one that was
as
full
the
tank.
state champion
That's one of the
female.
things
It's full tank too.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is.
Oh yeah, you can see.
And
Well, pommel.
I worked my ass off to run so fast, but I was also just not built
Yeah.
for a short and
I've
strong.
had several chopping, and the blade just goes. So did my knife go? Hit the handle.
And I remember when we were training, there was a super arrogant guy in my art school who was just like kind of like the class kiss up, so he got all the advantages. And
Yeah, probably.
so while my friend and I were running, he and another kind of tall, lanky friend were running, and we were training really hard.
This
Bob
is
used to
kind of
talk
like a
a lot about
Kokesh. Which is an Egyptian blade.
Oh yeah.
and then these two like jerks just whipped past us on the run one day, and they were going like farther than us and faster than us, and I was like busting my butt and just not the right dimensions for the sport. And I remember when we got back, they were finished changing and showering, and we were just pulling in, and this one guy Eric was just like, "I thought you guys were really serious about this." It's like, I just like Tasha, man. Like,
Yeah, like, just don't walk too close, is what I would say.
anyways, it kind of bothers me. A
How
couple
long is
things I
this?
regret not sticking with were tap dancing and triathlons.
That's funny.
Another good place to go to the ex-Gurkhas.
Something I had in my,
I think Decidedly Jazz has tap dance lessons.
I have to wait till my heels heal.
Right.
But yeah, no, see, I'm not overly competitive.
I went with that place because Oliver Coins there. So.
So when I was younger, I was
That seems
into
like
swimming and I was a
not
lifeguard
eating. It's like
for
made feel
but
Yeah.
I got to a point where I've done all of the
Yeah,
swimming
it's
lessons
weird.
I
Thank
can
you for
do
chopping weeds and
and
stuff.
all of
Can't
the
figure same stuff like that, right?
like lifeguarding things I could do because I was too young like to move on yet. I had to wait.
We're like such parallel lives. I have to tell you a story in a second. Do you know why you were in so much swimming?
Oh, they got a little
I love
6-inch one.
Pisces and I love water and
Oh, yeah, they got
crab
some
and
meat.
Okay. My story is more sad.
Oh,
I just
I
That was
asked my
where,
skiing
like-
instructor one year
I can't
what was the
believe he
next
gave me his
level of skiing.
website.
I was almost into the.
And he said, "You've finished the top level
It's a
3 years in a row."
But,
And I'm like,
what do you mean?
well, that's what I was saying. Like at first I was like, well, what's the next thing I do? He's like, the next thing you do is the ski instructor course, but you got to be 18. I'm like, well, what level am I in now? Because I was just a kid. He's like, you've been in the top level 3 years in a row. I'm like, why am I in skiing? He's like, well, apparently you're pretty noisy.
You're pretty what?
Noisy. So like my parents used to put me in ski lessons,
it was the weight.
even though I finished the ski lessons. And they knew me at the ski hill. It's just that obnoxious kid whose parents needed a break from him over
Yeah, I saw
Christmas.
their 15.
And so basically the ski instructors would just trade off, like who got to ski with
Who got to
Rich.
ski with you?
And I thought I was actually taking ski lessons, and it didn't even occur to me that they'd stopped teaching me like years ago.
GI2
They were just
purpose
skiing
second
with
issue.
Just
15.
basically, my
Yeah.
parents hired ski instructors to ski with me just to get me out of the house.
Yeah, that one's.
Well,
Felix,
I
that
lived
chain
at the
drove me
pool.
nuts. So just don't wiggle it, okay? It's just that I'm trying to paint here. I think
I-
we'll probably get rid of this chain, possibly. The reason,
kukri.
the reason we have the chain is to
that seems like something that would not be a good throwing knife.
No.
So you still practicing during the summer?
show me.
Yeah, I do karate.
He just got something special.
It's a new belt.
Yeah. What color?
Full yellow.
Cool.
Wait. I'm
I
gonna
need you to move that. I figured to do some karate, okay?
do what?
You can show them some karate. Just not in my bubble. You're in my bubble. Don't kick anybody. We're not licensed for that. Do you have my gesso?
it's pink though.
Yeah, great.
Did you know that?
What?
Did you know it's pink?
Oh, it's all mine.
I got this
You
on
got this.
Thursday, so.
Okay.
This. This.
Do we have any viewers?
This person says, do you have any advice for my art block after my transplant? I was on a lot of meds that caused shaking and now I don't anymore. And I'm
Yeah.
finding it hard to pick up painting again.
My
Tell them to
last,
come in and I'll show them how
my
I
last
actually
photo was.
Yeah,
Are they still there?
come on in, Trey, anytime. Yeah, that was just at 8:00. And we'll show you a few things, yeah?
The stuff I showed my mom with Parkinson's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty long.
And I'm at for 8 months. No, wait. Yeah, 8 months. And then the first kata you ever do is. Just low blocking and punching.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was just a blur.
He's very fast.
That's neat.
I think I picked. GI5. That one.
That's nice. That looks like a rat tail.
10 1/4 inch. Not too long.
You could ask them to do it.
What time is it, Joseph?
Okay, 8:00, 8:05.
You shouldn't be telling me this. I'm gonna spend so much money.
One thing that I can do in sparring, and nobody ever will ever notice it in like what sparring is this.
What did you do?
Usually you do a back fist with your front hand, and even like people don't expect back fist.
That's right.
And then when you do a back fist with your backhand, nobody can block that.
I always fight on the same side. That always messes most people up.
Southpaw.
It doesn't matter to me because I'm dexterous, but I always act like a reflection. It really takes people off because they don't know how to attack you when you're facing the same way.
We had a kid when I wrestled who had no arms. He was like,
Riches and handles.
he was on his mom was on that medication.
Thalidomide.
Yeah. And he was really difficult to wrestle because he didn't have arms, right? Like, first of all, I was super impressed that it was a sport where rowdy kids would take care of a kid that had no arms and find a way to compete with him. But I do remember, he wasn't in my weight class, but I remember seeing kids struggle with like, how do I approach this? So even just not having arms was like a challenge that created this question, this query, like how do I do this? Like, I know a few moves and they all involve dragging the arms. Are you painting tonight, kids?
Yes, I'm just waiting for it to dry. I did a background and
Coach.
waited for it to dry.
I think it's just like a bag that you can put it in.
Guzzle tip would be.
It'll tell you if you
I can
hit
do
the word. It'll
ticks.
Hey Jess,
Yeah.
so I sent you the money for that picture.
Oh,
That's funny, because I went through Starbucks and I asked the lady, the person who gave me my slush. I said, "Do you like art?" And she said yes. And I go, "Here's a painting for you."
Aw, Kelly, that's so cute.
Well, because she gave me a smile because I thought about Rich's thing.
Oh, that's really
I
sweet.
think this is weird.
Yeah,
Front punch. Reverse
cheered me up.
That's really
back
sweet,
leg
Kelly.
punch. Like, reverse kick? You don't really do this because it doesn't really have enough power, so that's for it
He asks
doesn't
me all
have
the time what my
that
favorite
much
kick is,
power.
and I tell him this one. What do you call that?
Just the front kick.
Yeah, it's the front kick I like.
I do it usually. If we're gonna do it in sparring, it'll be like the back leg first, and then they think they're out of range, and then you use the front leg.
Give Felix a front kick. Give him a good one. Show him how it feels.
I can't do it. I'm too fat now. Probably have an aneurysm.
Please don't do that here. We are not prepared.
I did just find you.
No.
I did
Don't
just
lie,
find you
Billy.
doing your spin kick
No.
on the chicken. Just the
And
other
the
day.
chicken.
Yeah. I thought that was
Chicken
lost to the universe, but I have it somewhere.
Wait, which spinning kick?
wasn't a very good.
I did. I built a 7-foot
I
chicken.
can do a spinning kick that spins you
I think
very
it was
well.
a turning crescent kick. I think it was.
So
I'm
which
gonna
crescent kick?
Flipping
What, this
backwards.
one?
Outside crescent, but with a jump, so 360 degrees.
So
Hey,
Yeah, the other way.
Felix. That's not the time for that. Okay. That was my ball.
There's more. Oh no. There's more add-ons.
Where's your favorite place to acquire weapons, Galen? That place in Chinatown's gone, eh?
Yeah, I don't buy many anymore.
Why would you
That,
do this to me?
that one that I got that's now driving me crazy is for Canada.
Why'd you do this to me?
What about the 2 swords on a chain that I found you playing with one day when I dropped something off?
Inspiration tip.
He's got like a 12-foot chain that he's swinging around his neck, and at each end is a sword. What's doing, Galen? Just chilling, I guess.
Oh, the red chain.
I'm gonna wait over here, but I got a few things for you when you put the sword
Look
down.
at rope dart.
Yeah, I've got that.
Rope darts are so cool. I
I
would definitely
only have-
crack my skull if I tried to use one.
A lot of people do.
The only things I have are katana, a wakizashi, a dagger, 2 pirate knives.
Are you being sarcastic? Because that's a lot of stuff for a kid.
That is quite a lot.
That's a lot of knives for. How old are you? You've got more knives than I had at your age.
And have any.
And
How
now
many
I
knives do
have
you have now?
30 or 40.
You haven't talked to Oliver?
No?
Don't you think they'd get along?
You could definitely grunt in the same area, and
I've introduced it all over a few times already.
Yeah.
And then you grunted him, we grunted you.
And we sit in
So they
silence.
might have arguments about how much space they're gonna use to put up
their swords.
displays.
Their art and knives. I do have a musket that we could put up.
Does it fire?
It does. It's an
Is that
18th
Dusty?
century
Yeah,
circle
This is
tower.
the problem with living in the continental
Is
towers,
working in the
is
bottom
you're,
right. Kelly's
right
working in the
overnight,
middle
but
there, and
outside,
Rich is
so
working on the
tempting.
top.
2.
Do stupid stuff.
I have one
It's a
knife.
replica, but I don't have any shot for it. I just have gunpowder. But you can pretty much use whatever fits in the barrel of shot for a musket.
This summer, I guess.
Me
I'll-
just
It's
shoots.
true.
He just shoots the
Well, we
bullet.
have some truck though, it's not.
I saw a cannon gun this summer. East. They have a big one. It's on from a fort they built to defend against America.
Felix, I have a favor to ask before you come back. Could you get me
They
a
have a big
container
one
of
there,
water
but
from
no
the
one else
sink,
is
like
right
just
there,
like a
but
cup of water?
Shattered all the business
These
hospital.
are big watercolors my sister got me.
Oh, I remember.
Oh, did I show you?
practicing
They're like
our,
hands.
our
They're so
like drills and
beautiful.
stuff. And
Love this.
at the military museum, we were just shooting off blanks.
Mesmerized.
And
I found
apparently
out-
some lady called the
Her
military
wheel
museum
was
and
on
complained because their dog ran into her door.
What?
It was
Her
scary.
wheel.
They gunshots.
Oh, that
Yeah.
would be my dream car.
We're like, we
Kind
have
of
all
that
the
purpley
paperwork
blue.
for it.
Go sit with Jesse and talk to her on the camera, talk to the people. Go be a star. Go get
I'm not
there.
a star.
There's two motorcycle guys here.
Oh, you are
It's-
watercoloring
Yeah,
too.
I was gonna. It's a weird angle. It's the top of your head.
Oh.
Look,
I'm
it's
sure.
over there. Can you see there?
Yeah, I see there. So.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
It's a bubble.
One bubble. One bubble. Just as I ordered. Thank
One
you.
bubbly douche.
Sorry, there's no space
Oh,
in here
no,
either.
I will.
That's beautiful. I love that you
I
just.
said here. Do you want to show me?
Oh yeah, here. These are on that too. These are Sandra's beautiful watercolor. Is it not focusing?
Can I show one?
What do I do when I'm waiting for my
There.
family to drive?
Yeah, it totally worked. It's like
Oh.
item camera.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
when you put your hand there,
it
like
just like looks.
yeah,
But they're like hand poured in Mexico, so they were just so pretty.
they're so beautiful. I love them.
Somebody.
Oh, it's a whole motorcycle
Yeah.
happening outside.
There you go.
There you go.
I'll be back.
Okay, thanks for I love those. I love
My
They're
them.
so
painting
cute.
isn't dry yet.
They're so cute.
I really want to know what's happening. So what was happening?
Zach Loud just came. Oh hi, do you want your piece?
Huh?
Do you want your piece?
Do I
Yeah.
like,
No, it's okay. I
I
can go
was
grab it.
gonna bring some. I was gonna bring some other stuff.
I can go
Looks like
grab
you
it.
have a bunch of stuff.
Very easily. Yeah, lots
Oh,
of pieces.
great.
Oh,
You know
I'm
what,
gonna
like
go
it-
back because it's very.
I started getting sentimental about it, and I'm like, oh my god, because it's got my
No.
college and my alumni on it.
That
and
is
everything else.
totally fine. I'm just gonna run back and grab it for you because I put it in the
Awesome.
back, so it's out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. Who did this? Fantastic.
I don't know.
Oh, that's the creepy one.
Oh,
How
yeah.
about here?
Another beautiful piece. I'm doing okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you see that? We're here.
Wow. Look how
Oh, Rich did all of
Oh,
these. Yeah.
It's on full.
As soon as he has like 5 seconds,
Is there? Oh my god.
There's also
I
one
love,
on
I love. Yeah. Wow.
I'm not trying.
Yeah. Well, it looks like my bloody house.
right?
Like, I'm seriously, this is how my house looks. Like, they're everywhere. You know, I mean, if I had a room, I'd bring a bunch over here.
Oh yeah.
I have,
Room is what we do.
I have so much stuff. I mean, I have so much stuff I want to get rid of. I mean, I'll just donate. No, I mean, seriously.
Yeah, if you
Because
want.
I don't want to see this place closed.
One a day. I do.
You just want to.
One a week. We'll try to bring one down a week because we
Okay.
don't have any space.
Okay, all right. I mean, you want big or small?
Do you want?
Smaller is easier to move
Okay.
and to have.
Oh yeah, for me to move, yeah. I
And
don't
for you
know.
to move too, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's okay.
Sorry, excuse my
Of
language.
course, but of course, you're welcome to do
Yeah.
anything. And you don't have to donate the whole.
No, I
It's
don't
nice
mind.
to get
No,
everything.
no, I want to see this
Yeah.
stay open because you guys, it's for a good cause, and you know, I'm all about that.
That's great. Very
Yeah. So. Okay, well, I hang around and paint today, but I can't.
No,
Because I have other things I have to do.
that's okay. It's
All right,
very
it's good seeing you. I promise I'll be here next week.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Okay,
Take care.
See ya. I'll bring you some stuff and I'll donate.
Okay. Do I have time? I do.
Well, you can also drop $2 and have some training. Co-op and do this one. That's if you want it.
You okay?
And then, like, or return. But if train, just want to like, okay. Come outside this. Here.
Sorry, it's like way quieter in here when Jesse's in here because I don't talk. I apologize.
Why are you painting?
Back in the olden days before COVID, I used to do a painting every single Wednesday.
Oh.
Yeah, and because I have to do the online thing, I kind of not, but I had this background, and then I got really excited to do something. In the olden days.
Sorry.
Magic card ice cream. I am doing my little tiny Frida. Luca is doing little tiny eyeballs.
You look like that.
But they got hungry, so we're gonna eat.
Yeah.
Always. Well, he literally drove back from Kelowna.
But you haven't eaten probably
And
the
I-
whole day.
Picked him up at his friend's house, and we actually beat them to their house because I could follow you on your phone, find my phone. So I'm like, oh, they're close, let's go. And then, so they haven't eaten. And I'm sure Luca hasn't eaten much today.
Been a while.
And then,
I wish I could do that.
oh,
Just eat constantly.
when I'm home in the summer, I eat so much more than when I'm at school. It's because it's there.
Yeah, it's there, it's the local trees, have another look, right? There's that cookie jar.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, all the snacks are gone now. So, do you know where, do you know now where you're going? Oh, it's like just go to the co-op, they have nice sandwiches, food.
All right, we'll be right back.
All right. It's hard feeding them in the summer.
I know it's also like I find it hard because it's like there's no schedule anymore,
So
and
just
then
eat
whenever, and then you're like, I don't have any food, so it's like weird grocery shop times and like.
like I said, oh, all the snacks are gone, but no one tells me.
Yeah.
Like the boys, they're like, I'm hungry. I'm like, well, couldn't I just go buy food? And
That's so
then they're like, well, we ate it. I'm like, oh my goodness. Feeding 2 teenage boys is crazy. Well, he was away for a week, but I was like, oh my gosh. Didn't I just
What's the younger fellow's name?
Paxton,
Paxton.
which literally means peaceful town in German, but He's not the peaceful. No, I'm just kidding. He is. He's a good kid.
He's so
He was
good.
in Jess's homeroom.
Yeah,
in
he
grade
was in
7.
my homeroom when he was in grade 7.
Oh, cool.
So
I
cute.
was like so happy. I was like, yay, you're in Mrs. Taylor's homeroom.
He's so nice.
And then
We had quite the homeroom.
Mrs. Zabo's homeroom. back
Yeah.
then, right?
Yeah, that was a funny transition. Do you remember Rogers would always be like, "You're Zabo." It's
He'll
like,
never call you.
Yeah.
He was funny. Oh goodness, that kid. When I went to Luca's grad, he was standing right behind me. Because his brother graduated. Well, Liam graduated.
Oh yeah.
He's like the loudest kid we had. Like he's not a bad kid.
No,
but
just
there
like
was-
so,
there was
like
no-
yeah.
there was- like he was funny, and he was a good kid.
Oh yeah. No, they were like I
The whole
love the
family.
whole family. Is like
And but he, like you knew when he was like, you know, like if we needed someone to say quiet or
yeah, like if we were losing our voices, like
you just have to ask him.
It's not sitting in your favorite chair.
It's a comfy chair.
I just came.
oh hey, how are
Hello,
you?
Yeah.
I'm alright.
Nice to see you.
I was like, it's been long enough. I may as well come back.
Oh, I might as well. It's nice to see
You
you.
hiding somewhere?
At home.
At home.
I'm hiding at home. That's okay.
And then
How much time do we have left?
Like as long as we want. It's 8:21.
And Jess,
Yeah.
Dusty got kicked out. He tried to switch cameras, so she's probably backstage.
7:45.
Oh, Thank you.
Sure.
Oh, she's on a different loom.
She had to change.
I was telling the boys to look for your house because they.
Hi, Felix.
Felix, Jesse,
Cool. Sorry.
Kelly's talking to you.
Hi. I was in your way too if you wanted to get back to your painting. You have 40 minutes, Felix.
One day we'll go in and
We're just still working the option.
Oh, I know.
art gallery.
I just meant if you want to do a painting.
I don't know why we were. Well, we were at my mom and dad's.
Yes, I already started the painting.
I know. I was just saying it's 8:20.
Realized I didn't have-
I'm used to giving your dad the
When I bring
update,
art
so
home,
I'm like just telling you two.
So we were at my parents' house and then I was gonna dry. I'm like, that's George's.
Still wet.
Go like run with it outside or something.
Now who she is. Funny. And then they're leaving tomorrow. They get to put their foot in both oceans this summer. Other side. So they're going to Vancouver tomorrow to visit
Oops,
my
sorry.
sister
What's
who
up,
lives
Bill?
there. And then they're going to Halifax.
Hey, Jess.
Yeah.
When you guys are going for a run in the gorilla outfits, let me know.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll try and come down.
I
Till
Cool.
Galen comes in,
country.
put it on the ground right here.
And I think
Wait till Galen comes in and ask him for help with the weekend.
I had to wait this one.
Because that's a 1,000-degree weekend, it's not a blow
I
dryer.
got to miserable
Flooding.
life.
Kids there.
Yeah.
I have a cousin who lives in Dartmouth.
Is that's you were there not?
That's
Yeah,
not
I
work
was
weather.
there a year ago.
Yeah. Oh,
Last
that's
fall.
I like the color.
Yeah.
And they were okay.
No, the weekend is, I know it's nearby, just.
They were okay.
Right behind you.
Yeah, that's all I need
I know
to
same
know.
with my parents' friends. They weren't in that direction. But they have a little bee farm.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they like harvest honey. And what was the name of it? Something like snail market, like snail mail market, basically, like slow and steady. So they have a bee farm and fresh grown produce and stuff that they bring to the market.
So, Jess,
Yeah.
did Rich eat all the gummies?
Funny, like
We gave them to Felix.
Did he like them?
Yeah.
met,
We had a few and then we gave them. Yeah. They're very nice.
That's good.
Yeah. Thank you, Kelly.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I like those, so that's what I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's like, it's like that showtime this fast, you know, even if you don't see each other often.
Sometimes it doesn't matter, you just pick where you live.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ask him?
25, 30, 40 years.
What?
Yeah.
Have you asked
It's
them?
not like they talk
No?
about it every day,
It's right there.
or they don't talk every day, but
Can I come?
it's like nothing has
Can-
passed.
can
I'm
I-
like, those are the best
He
friendships.
went to the help when he can, that painting.
To do what?
So
He can.
that'll be fun for them.
Oh, sure.
I'm glad my.
What do you
It's,
want me to
it's
do?
not a blow dryer, it's 1,000-degree heat gun, so.
Yeah, these are from.
It's just behind you there.
So my sister's fiance.
So he just needs help drying the paint.
Oh,
Speed,
drying it.
speed drying
This one
it.
right here?
Yeah.
You want to do it just right here?
Watercolor.
Or outside?
No, that's good.
They're little watercolors. And their hands
No,
were
I don't think so.
the girl
Do you wanna try it?
when
You can try it, you just need a supervisor.
Okay, do we try it?
Well, they're actually.
Well, Galen will show you what to do. And then-
How does this work?
So all of it's written in Spanish.
So that end, it's hot enough to cook your flesh.
But I don't know how I found
If
it.
you like pointed at
I
your,
love the colors.
for instance, if you put your hand in front of the heater when it heats up, the skin would just peel off.
Is there 2 settings?
No, it's
Yep.
just straight up death.
Okay.
Is there 2 settings?
Yeah, there's 2 settings.
That's all. Just don't touch it.
She came to visit today.
I don't think you have to get it that close.
Right? When you do like.
I'll watch. Hey, that's your shoes.
Don't point it at your shoes.
I was just about to say that. You move it back and forth though. Don't hold it in one place. If you hold it in one place, it'll be up too much.
Yeah, like it'll catch fire. But it'll be too late.
I got water right here. Where's
Don't
the
get
bird?
distracted. You gotta really focus, okay?
I see him focusing.
I'm like, so it comes back and then, but she does something.
You were talking to me, right?
What?
Better again.
I'm sorry, both of them.
Just.
Were you like feigning being a little nervous about it, or?
Huh?
You looked a little nervous, actually. I was surprised. I'm used to you like sticking your head in the air when you see it.
I'm nervous about doing stuff with other people's paintings.
Okay, the painting you were.
Yeah. Well,
You
we're
really
about
careful
planes.
with your toes there too, George.
Last week, I found out that my training still holds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
So
So.
you have to get Tylenol.
I would go.
We went to a dentist on this house and we went right here. Move it back and forth. So, yeah. That'll do
That's
it.
probably good. Okay, give that gun to Galen. Don't point it at home. Good work. Did you turn it off yourself?
You did.
Good work. Okay. You like to.
Let me out, touch it, see if it's tight and still.
I like
Not this.
Yeah.
It'll be tight. You can touch it. It'll be your own flesh.
for a while. Okay.
I'm just not coloring
Travis's.
How was it?
I want to practice
Just you
you
didn't move fast enough.
crazy.
Huh?
It's not, it's a crochet hat.
No, last week I barbecuing.
Somebody was like
And I
really giant.
spilled some boiling hot water all over my hands. Boiling water. Both hands. By tripping up the
It's oh, this is
stairs.
easy. It's just 3
I
rounds
was
of
carrying it,
blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, and she
And
spoke another language.
it hurt.
And then I was like, oh,
but I didn't get burned.
I remember when I worked for Jerry Fidgel. He stuck both
no, I
hands
do want to
in
learn,
the fire.
but this is my problem.
Yep.
Maybe that was before I worked for him. There was just this epic story about how he burned both hands.
I couldn't. Well,
Did you
I'm
burn it?
awesome.
Did they burn?
Yeah, he was like
So,
badly burned on both hands.
The training that I did
Like skin graft burn while he
used
was.
to kind of
Really,
it made it how shall I say, not immune,
Just
still
ask,
feel it, but
I messaged
more resistant to burns and stuff.
almost an hour ago.
Like when I was in the middle of it one day,
Just answer you
just
now.
answered me now.
I
You
put
go
my
to
hand on a
obsess with
red hot
motorcycles in there.
Yeah, I was looking
So-
at motorcycles and
oil on
knives.
the stove.
Yeah, it was
Picked
motorcycles.
it up and
I
it
guess
rings on my
motorcycles
hands,
and
I
knives,
just
yeah.
brushed them off and that was it.
One time I went to my
I'm a
girlfriend's
teenage
house
boy.
and I leaned on the counter like this.
Yeah.
Because I was leaning, I realized I was pressing my hand into the hot burner. And because I was leaning, I couldn't pull my hand off because my body weight was on it. So I had to like shift my weight and then pull my hand off the burner.
Yep.
And it didn't, there wasn't an intermittent burning stage. It just went straight to scar tissue. I think they call that cauterizing, right? It cauterized.
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. So we all have
I didn't get
listened
anything.
to each other's conversations.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
you don't mind. Yeah.
I bet you dealt with some cauterizing in the CCS classes.
Miss, I burned myself. Okay.
Have you ever had to deal with the kids getting a burn?
Not often.
I've been
worst is
surprised. I
teaching
don't think
them.
I've ever had an art classroom injury in
I've-
20 years.
This year was the first year that I had something. Well, I taught art too.
You
But
don't have
it
to
was
buy.
knife safety.
I'm going
and he
to.
wasn't
I spent the
listening.
month shopping, so
Right.
like, there's so many options, right?
Yeah, but you find something.
But
If you find something
Yeah,
you
but
like.
take your time, look at them all, and decide.
And that is not how he works.
That's not how-
I
He
didn't
will
even
not
sit
take
on
his
my
time.
bike. I did sit on
He
my
will
bike
buy
before
them
I
all.
bought
He'll
it.
buy one of each of them, and then he'll decide.
I sat on
God
my
knows
bike.
what happens to them after.
I went to see it and sat on it and put it on for the same day.
There's a good video of the one I bought. It's called
Oh,
The Real
it's
Point. Go in there and watch it. It's a guy in BC, and he's showing how he
Okay,
cuts it
well,
out. He's like chopping trees.
Without-
Oh, like, not little
was the
branches,
kid
like
that
instead of
burned myself with hot
like
glue, I became
poplar
a
trees,
ninja.
chopping them down.
So
I
I
did it
was
so
like-
many
I
times.
was just like,
Well,
I would
they're like
dispense
this.
the hot glue, whatever I was doing, and then
So he was
instantly
cutting
stick my hand off.
The
So my
2-inch
teacher was like,
ones,
you know, you're not
one
supposed to
with
do
2
that. I'm like,
strokes.
What was the worst
How
cut
am I
you gave
supposed to get
yourself
it to
with one of
stick
your own
all
knives?
It
What
didn't
was the
like.
worst cut you gave
No,
yourself
never.
with one of your own knives?
I'm so used to like
Um,
nail glue, super glue.
The most impressive
I did sewing for years.
was my
like,
kama. So I was
I mean, like
practicing
now,
with it
probably
in the martial
back
arts
then, I
school,
was like,
and
my fingertips had
it's
no
really
shape.
sharp, right? And then I
This is
looked
before you
down,
had kids?
and it had there was a line on my
My
hands,
kids
and I
were
was like,
still
"What is
there.
that?" And I looked, and it had cut me through the hands, but just left a little more, like it didn't cut me.
So it's
Oh,
not
that's
kitchen,
what it was.
like you say. It's the hot glue.
Mine was a piano.
Because we would sew like.
I was taking a piano apart,
uh,
and I was cutting the wires, and I cut them, and they just go ping the other way.
Well, yeah.
And then I stopped, and I thought, wait, David said these are dangerous. So I went and put my mask on. The very next string I cut was actually, it started here, looped, and came back. So when I cut it, it went ping, and it went down and back,
So the grade
and
eights,
the
I always start with.
wire hit the face mask I was wearing hard enough to send me off my feet and onto my butt.
It's good that you put it on.
Yeah, just in time. Like literally, I cut like 6 strings and then had a bad feeling and then didn't split my face in half.
When we put our fence up, I got Kai to help,
The limbs on it.
and
So it's like-
you have to tension stress the line, right?
Right,
to get
yeah.
to the straight.
I
So we hooked it up to the tractor.
Is this you or Kai that gets
was
hurt?
taught hand
Neither of
sewing in
us.
junior high.
Who almost got
we
hurt?
hooked it up, and
Like,
then
like
pulled it
minor
tight,
things,
and I
like
said to him,
how
you
to
know,
keep something
I don't think you should stand there, because if that goes, it's gonna like cut your legs off.
Yeah.
And so we moved, and then we tightened it just a bit more, and it went, phew,
I don't know. We
shot
learned how to
across
sew
the
on
yard,
sewing machines in junior
And
high.
didn't cut his
I
leg.
hated
and
it.
didn't cut his legs off.
I was like,
I hate
awful.
There's
But I
a
was-
lot of kids who
I knocked
So
myself
I
out
was
with my
really
face.
good at setting the needles on the
You're
sewing
what?
machine, so that was my
3
job.
So everybody asked
Do you
you.
mean
That
you
was
knocked
my
yourself
job
out,
in
or you
junior
just
high.
hit yourself?
No, I knocked
Because sometimes we
myself
say
out.
knocked out, we don't mean laying on the floor.
So the last thing I remember,
Stars and everything?
As I saw it coming toward me.
I wasn't shaking
And then
because
I was on the floor, looking at the ceiling
By yourself.
by myself.
I think that's actually why I
just
was
snipped
wondering
off
if
the
this is not. This is a true story. I was wondering if you're exaggerating to some level
The first
when
try.
you say you knocked yourself out, because you usually need a witness to tell you were knocked out, right? Like
I
you don't know you're
find-
knocked out, but if you say you woke up on the floor by yourself,
That's how I knew I
Yeah,
knocked
that's
myself
exactly
out.
what
It was
it
like,
more
what
sense,
the heck
yeah.
happened?
At night,
And she was like, you go.
And I almost did that in security once too.
yo,
Yeah.
I didn't knock
Yeah,
myself
I
out,
knocked
but I did
myself-
myself
I
silly.
knocked myself out when I was
I'll
like
put this on
2
your
every time I got like a
I
cut.
only
I was
I
looking
do
at
hands and grade 8 machines.
who I was supposed to be
Then they do
watching.
both.
I was going on an exit door just to make sure
The
that they were
machines
actually
do have
left.
a threader
And I
on
was
them,
walking,
you know,
and as I was
so
walking, I walked into
I, like,
a
figured
exhaust
out
fan
I'll
for
only
clearing
show a
the
few
exhaust
on
under
how
it.
to do it
Yeah.
because
And I heard this
it's
big
actually
dong.
about to use the threader
And then
more than it is to just stick
kind of was,
but some of them don't.
I was dazed because I don't remember what
I just
happened,
had
but I
a
ended up
flashback now.
lying across the car.
I also have like
The Felix used to have
shoes were all.
blackouts when he was
I
in
would always
pain.
like either push it like not too fast but too hard. And then,
He
like,
just
the
got
bottom
quiet and went
I don't, think
away.
it I don't think it happened with us. I think that Shauna had said he had a few blackouts when he was in pain, like he hurt himself and then just went into like a trance.
My dad, anytime anything.
I used to have seizures from heat.
My dad was
Yeah.
Without temperature, you have temperature since you're at twice, yeah.
My
Temperature
mom
seizures.
What
Which
that
pretty
look
scary.
He would say,
Well, it looked
"I
like
can't
an
even
epileptic
see that."
Oh,
seizure.
that's so scary.
And how do you know that's just from heat then?
Because he went to the hospital first, and that's what they told him it was, and temperature
That's like my
put him into that.
Did they say probably or did they do some
No,
tests?
definitely.
My dad would help me
Definitely
make
like
glucose.
100%.
And Maya had one once after she fell off the
My
couch.
friends would come over to our house.
Yeah,
I
that's
remember
kind of what would
she
happen.
was
at Felix.
really bad.
And
You
it
would have
scared
these
the
like
living crap.
blankouts.
Because I was just about to give her shit for like doing something I told her not to do because it's dangerous.
Mhm.
She had fallen. And then she kind of sat up and then she went, "Bleh."
Oh my god.
So I thought she'd broken her neck or something. Yeah, that scared them. That's probably the scariest I've been since I had kids. I've seen that.
Yeah. Actually, they were very.
I was putting
Even more
rivet
scared
bolts
than
into the back of my truck.
One of my friends.
You ever use a rivet gun?
Yep.
So, Is your experience that you click the bolt and this little pin drops down?
Yeah.
So I click the bolt, pin drops down, click the bolt, pin drops down, click the bolt, pin drops down. I go, hey Felix, you wanna try this? I go, click. I go, you give it a try. He clicks it. Instead of the pin dropping down, it shoots out like a bullet, 1 inch past his head. And he kind of like leaned before he clicked. He kind of like,
I don't care.
and it just shot back where his eye was. And I just saw my whole life pass. Well, I saw his whole eyeball pass in front of my
A
life.
rivet gun or a nail gun?
It was a rivet gun.
No.
The rivet shot out the back. Now the other thing that happened was we took him camping and he was playing.
I still have a scar from the second one. I do not remember. I don't remember.
It's the luckiest scare you ever had in your life. There was no protection over the fire, and he was playing catch with Oliver, and we had this like the fire was over, but the coals were just smoking, like they're probably like killing disease. And he stepped back and he burned his leg on the edge of the fire, but he kind of chipped back into this. If he'd fallen into that fire, he wouldn't have been able to get out because he'd have to put his hands into the coals to lift himself out. Like I would have
did the
dove in.
special firewalk and stuff.
He just didn't. He didn't trip, but like it was a 50-50, right?
So
Like
you burned your leg instead.
he burned the skin on his leg.
That would have hurt.
That's why my friends wanted my mom there, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm good with that. But we did like actually have dinners with them.
Barely even there anymore.
How much time is it?
And ever since then, he didn't like hot dogs.
8:38.
Yeah.
The knives.
Just let me know an hour before.
Like,
This one doesn't come in full
we're
tang.
alive. That's what I say to the
Just
boys.
has stick tang.
Like,
What is it?
Lou is pretty shy. And
This one.
so I've been very glad that this started to go out. and
Check out the
friends
Forester.
and stuff. And so just like keep me posted every now and then, like abreast of where you are.
It's a chip.
So I know that I don't have
So it's
to go
like a
crazy
thin blade.
ditch
Mhm.
somewhere.
That's
like,
longer.
but he's pretty good for that, you know, like
So that was the one I was thinking of getting. But
water and towel. You know,
I do like the idea of the longer blade.
feed them the
Like I said, it was heavier, so I didn't want. Part of the reason I want to get this is because it's lighter than the hatchet. And I know it'll do the same work.
What?
Okay.
I need to.
Heat gun?
Is the Forester on the same website?
I think it's under Challenger Specialty.
Just,
You want me to do it?
Yes, please.
yes, please.
See, the heat gun doesn't look so very, but I know.
It looks, well, the things like a heat gun, you could easily just forget it's not a booger and do this. But you just watch the skin on the top of your scalp.
careful with blow dryers though. They get pretty hot. Ooh. See?
I'm going fast enough. I bubbled it.
That's fine.
I think it's dry.
18-inch. That's 1.2 kilos.
Bubbles are fine.
1,275 grams.
Thank you, Galen.
Yes, thank you very much.
Oh, that's the
Did you say
dragon.
thank you,
Yeah.
Galen?
Yes.
I don't think I heard you.
Oh.
I heard him.
It's rude.
Swimming person.
Mhm.
Custom to some place.
This is like warm on the bottom. And it's bubbly. Like this is
Okay,
bubbly.
go finish
your
Something
baking,
else is
but-
bubbly.
That's really cool because your dad does that too on purpose, and he gets texture out of his
Slender.
with the
It,
hair.
it already had.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's like double textures: the bubbly texture and the furry texture.
Very cool.
So many chemicals.
And that fingerprint I just accidentally put on.
Oh, it's not.
I'm gonna
Traditional
end up
full
covering
tank.
that because of because of
That's
reasons I
like
can't tell you.
18
I tell you what
I think it was
painting is, and I can't.
Galen, would you ever go to the
tell
Blues
you
Fest?
So
14.75 knives.
Maybe.
Isn't it coming out? They had signs and tents.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. So we usually do a figure drawing on Thursdays lately, and we're gonna skip it so that we can do the Blues Fest.
Here it is.
Oh, I kind of like that. It's not got too much of a bend in the blade.
It's full tang too. And it's got this kind of shape instead of the traditional.
the worst thing about white brushes
Wonder.
is they're white for one thing. Like
Well, you don't count on your brush to see,
I know.
Categories.
but it is nice having a brand new, nice white, fresh brush.
I think it was discounts. Jess, are you working on anything?
Yeah, I think I'm finished. I did a watercolor. Ooh, I was working on the background all week. We went on a really beautiful bike ride,
Discount offers.
and I was trying to get dude water,
$76.50 right now.
and I was trying to get the greenery from the bike ride.
Oh, the wildcat looks nice.
Yeah, I think I have to work
said
like
there's
that, like
lots.
have backgrounds, and then I'm not as fast.
So not only did I shop for a long time.
Are
I
the
waited
kids
for
in
the
town?
paint. Huh?
Are the kids in town?
No.
Sorry, I cut you off.
Ooh, that's good.
Would,
Armory National
Astro,
issue,
wanna go
9
to the Blues
inches.
Fest?
I don't know. Might. We're thinking of going hiking tomorrow, but it's all weekend, isn't it?
It is all weekend.
Galen got me on
If you guys wanna go, I'll buy you.
Oh, no.
Galen's ruining me.
We get a discount, so.
And depending on
Okay,
when
I
you
like
come, we might even have like yeah, like we get this, try to get discount.
Like, you wouldn't have to do anything. Just, I think you'd like it. It's how can I word this?
Is it in different places?
Kind of a nerd culture.
No, it's
For
just
blues?
across the street
Yeah. Like
Oh, so it's all in one building.
it's,
outside.
It's at the
Oh.
park next door. Like the folk fest is a lot less folky and very I don't know, sort of
Festy.
what?
Very festy.
Yeah, very festive. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Kind of reminds me of Shambhala. Whereas the Blues Fest is like some people that are really they're kind of like us, but with music. Like they're really committed to their thing. And it's funny. Have you met Theo?
Yep.
Yeah. So like we go to Blues Fest, it's like, hey, it's Theo. Wait, no, that's Theo. Wait, no, that's Theo. And then the other person we know is Jerry, who looks just like Theo. And so then it's like, wait, is that Theo or Jerry? It's like, that's neither of them, but what a weird coincidence. It's not. You basically need a leather vest or a black vest, and
I've got a black leather vest.
You're in.
Paul probably goes with it.
and you need a denim shirt, I think.
I have a denim jacket. I have a denim long sleeve shirt.
Some kind of fedora, I think.
Have a fedora. I have my great grandfather's old dress hat.
Yeah, dress hat would be even better. I think you can get away with a handicap. What do you guys call those? What's a
Page boy.
it's close, but it's different. I guess
Like
like
a-
I used to know what those were called.
I used to call them handicaps when I was a kid
Yeah.
because of handicap, and then I realized that was the wrong, like calling Kleenex tissue or whatever. And then later on in life, realized that I wasn't wrong. That it was a name for a hat that a character was named after, and now I can't remember what I used to call them. Sandra, you come into this Blues Fest, right?
The what?
You're coming to the Blues Fest?
18-inch.
Yes, I am on Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday.
And then they give us sometimes they like give us there's another name for it. I just applied for my British citizenship.
Cool. You're gonna get a red passport.
Do you have a British citizenship?
No, I have no British family.
Oh, right. How do you know my passport will be red?
Because I know what dual citizenship passports look like.
Oh, that's what. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So
If you have a Canadian dual citizenship, your Canadian passport's red.
Oh,
Okay.
weird. So wait, what?
It's
So you
quarter.
have two passports,
tonight.
one from each country.
I'm
a
going
Canadian one.
to
I
start
don't know about the
taking
other
down
countries,
the
but
live
Canadian-
feed and starting the
You
next
get a
one.
special one
Thank
that's
you
red.
very much,
Are they
everyone,
taking
for
away
joining
my-
online. Bye. Thank you, Dusty, and thank you, Kelly.
Keep it, but it'll be
It's so
invalid.
lovely to see you guys
So they're
work.
gonna send me a new Canadian passport when I apply.
You'll
for
have
it?
to get a new one.
And
Get a new red
everyone
one.
watching,
Alright,
check out
double
the artwork
citizenship.
up on Rumble
Oh,
532.
Yeah.
And look for the new live feed at 9 o'clock.
That's good to know because I'm supposed to go to Disneyland with the band teacher.